Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. We're following an A4 that's coming out of... where is it coming out of? It's coming out of Dukinfield. Dukinfield, our original town. And it's heading out... I just looked at it. It's heading out to Earthlingborough. There we go. See, if I was a professional, I'd start again. But I'm not, so I'm not going to. Yes, and this is going to be our focus area for today. So this A4 has got plenty of grunt about it. You know, it's lovely. But as you can tell, we are in largely an electrified kind of zone these days. And so as such, we're going to be doing some modernisation before too long. No, I don't mean to replace this, unless that's it, of course. No, that's Dronfield to Ilford. Interesting. Okay, apparently I should replace it. Replace it with what, though? That's the question. Well, I'll do that later. Yeah, so as you can see, we're going up a piece of single track here, and this was laid originally because we were trying to conserve the cash that we had in order to make it go further so that we made profit and so on. We've got 43 million quid in the bank. We've made profit and so on. So it's time to, you know, put that to good use and continue our expansion. And, you know, as we come in here, we can see that, you know, Earthlingborough has grown really quite nicely. And because I didn't have my wits about me in the slightest, there is some compulsory purchasing going to happen up here, unless I come up with an alternate plan. I think I might alternate plan that one. Because we want to get out to Bognor Regis, obviously. Anyway, if we go back towards Dukinfield, you remember this now. If you don't, you haven't watched the entire series. What's the matter with you? Yes, a somewhat aggressive corner coming into our original station that also is still churning the goods out. The lumber yard out here, hopefully. Yeah, there's a respectable amount going on there. Let's have a look at what. Production's at 250, limits 400, magnificent. And we got these big beasts bringing in lumber on a regular basis. I'm running 2 of those, I think, or am I? Didn't I replace it with 1? Were you here for that? You might have been. No, definitely running 2. There we go, look at this. Plenty of wood. How much are you carrying? 53. 53 is okay. Why are you waiting for a free path? You should be able to at least pull up to the signal here. Intriguing. Anyway, the purpose of today's episode is we're going to redevelop this bit. This section of track here is overdue some redevelopment, and I had a notion in that way that I occasionally do that is possibly foolish. I'd quite like to see a heck of a lot of track running parallel. Now, I can do that, and in fact, look, you know, I can do that now. Watch, you know, there's no real mission to it. Oh, look, there's another bit. Yeah, amazing. And 3, madness. What about 4? Just, you know, someone phone the police. I'm out of control. There you go. See, what I'm after is 8, right? And you know, where are we up to there? Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's what we want. Now, this in itself is no big deal, but what I would quite like is for it to all be fully stocked with trains running along it. Easier said than done, because when it comes down to it, why do I want 8 pieces of track running in parallel? Because I think it will look cool. All right, that's the reason, and the reason is that. So, Dukinfield is the place that we're going to try this out. Now, the most obvious is this coming out of Dukinfield in this direction, because we've already got a link to Yarmouth, we've got a link to our wood yard here, we've got a link to Earthlingborough already, but I mean, you know, unless I run a single route out to Hexham, which is miles away, you know, there's actually not a lot of purpose to it. So I would be forcing it in. So, you know, chances are that's not actually the right place to do it. Where I want to do it is where there's a lot of traffic potential. So Ilford to Nailsworth to Redhill, Worksop at a push. No, that's no good either. Boreham Wood, Seaford, Redhill, Grisborough, Bewdley. Maybe even Beck's Hill. That could work. All right, what have we got in place already? Nothing good. All right, let's look the other one. No, it's even worse. We've got hills and mountains and all sorts going on the other way. So yeah, so that's the challenge. Maybe I'm not going to do it this time. Maybe I'm just going to carry on with the redevelopment of that junction. But if I find it, I'm going to do it, and we'll see if we can pull it off alive, as it were. I mean, Dukenfield's a good place to do it, though. You've got these 3 here, because if you include Derby, that's 3. It's simply a case of... I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it. I mean, you know, I want to do it because it's going to look, you know, the business once it's done. Maybe we could work some more goods here. All right, well, that needs coal and iron ore. Do we have such things in the near area? There's some coal and there's some iron ore. It's miles away. Is there nothing closer? Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to put something, you know, brutally inefficient together, I'm all about that. Okay, all right, so that's what we're going to do. This is going to be an interesting challenge. All right, because I want to get Newton on the map as well. I don't think we haven't. No, we have. We've got a kind of circuitous route that takes us into Newton New Willows. All right, enough talk. Let's get on with it. Why would you want 8 tracks anyway? What's the matter with you? Okay, right. This is going to be a multi-phase project, and we're going to pause. So we have to hit our wood line here. This bridge is it's not going to make it. Let's get ourselves some space. How much road did I just delete? A heck of a lot of road. Okay, right. Well, you know, can't make a road without breaking some road. Right. Let's get rid of all of this. All right, so the goal is that I've spoken about the goal already, but the eventual aim is that whatever I build out of here is going to be well used, incredibly well used, and so, you know, we haven't really got a big we haven't got a big station at all here, and you know, that might be a bit of a concern for getting stuff in and out. We might have a lot of traffic waiting. Okay, so we need a line that goes to Newton, and Newton comes here. So, sorry folks, I'm going to have to make you homeless. Alright, okay, let's run that round in a circle first. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, well, that's me and money, folks. It is, you know, we spend it as quickly as we get it. So let's see how quickly we can get round this corner, or how smoothly we can get round. I don't want to bleed off too much speed. I say it every time, but it's true. Now, if we're coming up there, can I make that corner? I think we possibly want to be a little bit further in than that. If I can keep the speed above 200, that'll help. What do we got? 222 all along. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, and then we'll go back in the opposite direction. Hopefully this will make sense. I think if I pull this off, it's going to look really rather splendid once we're done. And actually, I mean, one of the I don't want to call it a flaw particularly, but one of the shortcomings, let's say, of the game is that when you get towards late game, you do tend to be running the same kind of consist on just about every train that you've got going. How do we feel about that? And therefore, it all looks kind of similar. If you remember, you know, we've done stuff with Metroliners in the past that all ended up looking a bit samey. Right, okay, so that's... Do we need to do that now? No, we don't need to do that now. I think I'll wait until I've got the rhythm of the track rolling. Right, so the critical to this is going to be snapping all of this together. So let's give it a starting point there. And hopefully it's quite attractive once we're complete. Let's get rid of these points as well, because we're going to need all new points in here. Yeah, I can't tell you exactly why I decided that, you know what, having 8 pieces of track running in parallel would be an absolute killer idea, because I don't have a good answer for you on that one. I just thought it was a good idea. Right, and we'll put one more this side. Okay. Now, you know, it's going to be very easy to just... It's, you know, part 2, I guess, of this challenge is going to be making sure that individual routes actually make use of the individual sections of track. Let's take that one a little bit further, and then can I... There you go. That's what you want. Now, there's a high chance that I end up redeveloping that station as well. I mean, I think it's almost necessary, but where are we up to? That's 6. Seriously, 8? 8 is your target? 8, and it's funneling into 3. There is going to be some queuing happen here. I think that's a given. Right, let's get you in, plumbed in. Right, that's 1. Okay, 1 is now connected externally. This whole bit here we're gonna have to do some work on, and I think it's almost guaranteed that we're going to be probably demolishing these 3 here, relaying this road, which is going to be more demolishing. I imagine if I were to try and place a larger station there, we're not going to come up with much change out of 10 million. Yeah, you see, I said that incredibly casually. Right, okay, so now we're going to run a second line over here. You're going to like this. Well, you might like it. Right, let's continue you going straight. Maybe we don't do all 8. You know, the critical thing is that they're all used. Now, here comes the actual challenge. Are you going to be... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is going to be kind of good central running out this way. And I might even need to extend that to be a 3 at some point. Not this bit. This bit should be okay, but largely because, you know, this is a single station here. It only needs to be a single station. But I quite like the idea of running directly past it up to this steel mill. This has just got bad idea written all over it. It's got, you know, monstrous waste of money written all over it. Right, goods shed. Give it the full length. And then let's just... that's not bad, actually. That'll do. There we go. Hook you onto there. Everybody's happy as you can be. Alright, so that's going to be our goods depot there. So that's a new line I need to set up. I might get it on the road first anyway. So we're going to use this line here to bring in coal, primarily. I doubt very much it's going to bring in enough coal, but we'll figure that out when we come to it. I think you've probably gathered already that that this is going to take more than one episode to get through. You know, no matter how expert in inverted commas I may be these days, you know, there's no way I'm going to do this in a single hit. Right. So put that there, and then we want to run from the station. We'll use the big road because, you know, I'm a big road kind of an individual these days. All right, okay, cool. So next stop, we could probably run something out to Ilford. All right, okay. Well, you've got these 2 chaps here that aren't doing anything practical at the moment. All right, we'll run those out to Ilford. And we're going to want to snap this alongside this several episodes of goods line. One more. There we are. And this like that. There you go. Right. Okay. Cool. That's that one. And another one, because obviously we're going to run it in both directions. Now, the question, of course, is that, you know, how unnecessary is this going to be? If we assume that that I'm going to continue running all trains on the right, in the way that they prefer to be, are there going to be enough? Is there going to be enough traffic coming up and down here to really warrant this amount of track? I would say probably not. However, it will come down to the routing of things. As long as we don't have trains facing off against each other, and you'll notice I'm not stuck. I haven't put any points in at all yet. There is no point until we start. No pun there. There is no point in doing so until we've kind of come to a conclusion as to what we're going to accomplish. Right. Okay. Well, if you're going out to Ilford, we could. I mean, that's a 15 million quid bridge right there. So I think we'll start going straight now, so that it doesn't get too difficult once we get up to the road junction bit that I just built. There we go. And I think, what are we going to do here? We're going to go under or over. And there's no way we can go that way. Over is going to take us uphill as well, so it's going to be a really extreme kind of a bridge. So I think we'll go under. And hopefully we'll be able to emerge the other side before too long. Apologies, folks, I'm concentrating a little bit. Usually I'm a little bit more chatty. There we go. Right, from there outwards. We only need to get as far as here to get underneath. Let's keep that on the flat. Oh, maybe even coming up a little bit. That's nice. And then, hold on. Keep your eye on the target, friend. Keep your eye on the target. If we come out here, then there is the potential that we could also hit Red Hill from this same route, which will make for a really tremendously busy bit of track. Right there. Okay. Now, I've built this tunnel in multi-different stages, so it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't going to snap immediately. Okay, it is going to surprise me by snapping immediately. Well, that's good. That's a positive right there. Okay, so we've got the route coming. Oh, hello! Look at that. It's like it's waiting for me. How marvelous! Right, let's see what we can do here. And onto there. All right, what have you given me there? You've given me an ugly, ugly bridge. I'm not sold on it in the slightest. I would rather have a wooden trestle bridge than an ugly beast like that. And actually, this is a moment that is. Oh no! I was a little concerned there for just a brief moment, because given that this piece of road has been upgraded, I thought for a moment I might have already tapped that mine, but as it turns out, I haven't. Let's get as far as. Try and smooth it out a bit. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, right, Ace. Now let's get you hooked up to the station. To the station. Oh, I was trying to connect to the road. Haha, clever. And we'll come out this way as well. Now, it could be that I had something else in mind for that piece of track. I have no idea, but there we go. It's been set up for something useful. All right, so that's a turn of events. So we've now got Ilford to Dukinfield, by way of not one but two goods lines, and at peak we have 4 tracks there. So I think we can run tracks in both directions without too much fuss. The trickier bit is going to be to get everything down, all the goods trains down one side of the station, and I don't see that happening. Now, given that they don't actually stop at the station, there may be an alternative I can pull off there. So if I were to, yeah, if it wants to drive on the right, it's going to be this left-hand one here. So I'd want to be able to pull that underground, because that would be awesome, to be able to pull that underground and then basically go under the station, emerge out the other side and head towards its destination. That would be severely cool. Okay, I might give that a bit more thought. Right, okay, so we've still got the other side of this left. I don't think I've got enough junction space here yet. I'll figure that out. Now, Nailsworth. Have you got a station at Nailsworth? You haven't. Well, good news, Nailsworth. I'm going to put one right in here, I think. Might have to move your goods depot. But yeah, we'll go in there. And so far, I've only spent 2 million quid. Only, yes. Right, and obviously we want to double track out there as well. This is going to be quite the tunnel, by the looks of it. It is quite the tunnel. How deep is it? Pretty deep, by the looks of it. Still underground. Only just above ground. Okay, so this is, you know, this is a serious piece of track. How much are you charging me for that? 1.7. That's okay. We'll take 1.7. Now, I mean, I could have stayed underground longer there, but frankly, you know, in order to break the surface, I would have had to have the train go straight up, and I can't see that being pulled off without a fight. Getting inclination, declination right in this is something of a mission. Okay, right, so look, there we go. Now we've got more progress here. I think this, that was a bridge going over the top, is going to have a change of mood. We might be able to get it going over multiple lanes of track over there, but it's not going to fit in here. All right, next one, Newton. Now we've got our Newton segment there. So the question is, and actually, if I can pull this off, then we are going to have 8 lanes of track. How do you feel about that? What's the speed we've got? 177. Now, it is close-ish to the station, and to be honest, I want as much of a run-in as possible. So I'll drop it even more to 170. Because it's going to be merging and points and signals that cause the drama in this section. Okay, cool. All right, that's looking quite something there. All right, so we've got Newton hooked up already. Our steel mill's ready to go pretty much. The lumber mill is pre-sorted. What else have we got going on? Ilford, we've just hooked up to Ilford. We're heading in the direction of Nailsworth, and we've just got the complexity of merging all this stuff together to get with. Whew. It's going to be exciting. And that's what we're going to do next time. Thank you very much for watching this time. Hopefully this, you know, as somewhat rambling as this mod has been, hopefully it has contained a certain amount of interest. You see, look, we can't merge anything there because of the gap. Whew, it's going to be challenging. Yeah, tune in next time and we'll see where we get to with that, because I have not got enough space to get these merging into there before we hit the station. I mean, let's try it speculatively, just while I say all the usual stuff along the lines of, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe already. What's the matter with you? I'm Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.